This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the president and CEO of Magna Gold, Mr. Arturo Bonillas. Arturo, buenas tardes. How are you, sir?
Buenas tardes, Gerardo. I'm very well. Thank you very much. How are you?
I am excellent. It's always great to speak with someone who can pronounce my name in Spanish. Gerardo, of course, being the name my mother and father gave me. Exciting times. We have gold above 1,400. I believe we are in the first inning of a gold bull market. That's a baseball analogy. I'm going to use a basketball one. The last time you and I spoke, I called you the Michael Jordan of monetizing and putting deposits into production. You're five for your last five. The Mercedes gold property in Sonora, Mexico is the attempt for number 6. And as I said up the top here, it's exciting because you've initiated exploration activities on the Mercedes gold property in Mexico. Can you provide some details, Arturo?
Of course, that is correct. We began our exploration program precisely on June 17th, and we expect to conclude this program around the second week in August, including about 2,500 meters of drilling. And we should have a report and results of this first phase, as we're calling it, the first week in September. We are into the program on time, and we have already built around 5 kilometers of access roads, including 10 drill sites. We are also accessing new targets. We are building roads towards some old mines that we found there. In addition, we are mapping a very large area, around 500 hectares, doing geological mapping and geochemistry to identify future targets. We have completed already around 20 hectares of the geological mapping, and things are going very well, very smooth.
Excellent.
We're very happy with what's happening there.
Fantastic, Arturo. I understand, and let's be clear again for people that are new to the Magna story. The goal of the Mercedes property is to quickly get to 1 million ounce resource of oxidized near surface economic gold ounces. Is that correct, Arturo?
That is correct, and I like fast tracking things in exploration. And we have on this first phase of exploration, we want to confirm the part of the ore body that we know best, and we will do that with drilling. And concurrently, we want to have additional drill targets to extend our areas of exploration, and that's the aim, 1 million ounces. And if we find in our work that we can begin producing in certain areas, we will do it. So I think that we don't need a lot of ounces in the ground there because the cost will be so low. We begin production at a small scale and begin generating cash flows. So that's the plan.
The reason that it's easier to go into production and why the economics are going to be favorable if you reach your goal of 1 million ounces is because of the great infrastructure, right?
That's correct. That various factors are involved. One is the ore body is on surface. It's highly leachable, and the rock is quite soft. That's in regards to the geology, and the infrastructure is amazing. The access is by highway, as I mentioned before. There's a power line going through there, and that will become a very important mining district. I think already is. So it is. You don't need a lot of capital for that type of heap leach process. And the operating costs will be quite low. We are highly experienced in heap leaching in other more difficult areas. So we're very confident that we'll be putting something in production there. Hopefully after we finish our first phase of drilling, we will have a good idea of what's next.
You know, it's incredible to me. There's so many companies that just sit around for years and years and years. They collect paychecks. They never advance a project. It's incredible to me that you just went public. You're weeks away from getting an over-the-counter listing here in the U.S. You have a very modest budget of approximately $450,000 U.S. on this first phase of exploration. And you believe at the end of this first phase, you'll be in a position to make a decision looking towards production in the near future.
That is correct. At the end of this first phase, we will focus again our activities. We will certainly have to do more drilling, and we have done some metallurgy already on the surface. Some of the surface samples that we've taken with excellent results with the bottle roll test. With very, very high recoveries. So by the end of this first phase, we want to go into a second phase aimed now at determining how and when we will be able to produce. And as you mentioned, we will be trading on the OTC markets in the U.S. We began the process 2 weeks ago. It should take 3 or 4 weeks more. And that will be very important for our U.S. investors. So that's exciting also.
Fantastic. Arturo, I look forward to news. I know that drilling commences, I believe, here in the next 10 days or so. And of course, you and I had talked about me visiting the property, hopefully in late July, early August. So let's hope that that happens. And I happen to be there as the drill is turning.
Of course, that will be great. The rigs are supposed to arrive on July 21st, and we start drilling right away. So for sure you will be there. I hope you can come so you can see the drills turning, so it's all very exciting.
Fantastic. Arturo, thank you so much. I appreciate the time. I look forward to chatting again soon.
Thank you, Gerardo. It's always a pleasure.